Hi, this is Natalie Pereira, Deputy News Editor for The Saints, and I'm here with Amy Bretherton, who is running for the Director of Education. Thank you, Amy, for joining us. Please tell us a bit about yourself.
Yeah, of course. So I'm Amy and I'm in 5th year. I'm from Scotland. I come from a small town near Glasgow, and I came to St Andrews in 2014 to study German, Spanish and Russian. And I've absolutely loved my degree. I really love being part of the School of Modern Languages. I became a class representative in my 3rd year because I just wanted to work to make all of the modules that are available the best that they could be. And I enjoyed that experience so much that I then decided to run for school president last year. So I've been school president of Modern Languages for the past academic year, and that's involved representing over 1,200 students to quite a large staff body. And I've really, really enjoyed that experience. It's been really nice to meet more students around the school, to work with conveners and a big team of class representatives to try and work on improving and enhancing as many aspects as possible of students' learning experience. So sorry, I'm maybe going on to answering the question, but basically that's why I'm running for Director of Education.
Oh, brilliant. And do you think your previous experience as President of Modern Languages will give you the necessary tools to effectively carry out this role and any difficult encounters that may come with it?
Yeah, I would say so. I think, so School President of Modern Languages, any school president actually, we sit on a couple of committees, Education Committee and School Presidents Forum, and those take place on a weekly, Education Committees on a weekly basis. School Presidents Forum is more about once, twice a semester, and that's basically a meeting of all of the school presidents together with the current Director of Education, where we discuss relevant pedagogical issues that are happening across the university. So I've not only got a sense of issues that are relevant within modern languages and got a really good cachet of skills and representation, but also got more of a sense of things that are going on across the university. I've managed also a team of conveners, because in modern languages we have a convener for each subject and about 60-70 class reps. So I've got quite a lot of experience in academic representation and also in putting into place different initiatives. This year I revamped our feedback system in modern languages, because initially we had class representatives gathering feedback for student staff consultative committees just via Facebook, but I've now established feedback sheets that are distributed to every class, and I think I've been distributing back the minutes from these SSCCs, so that's been something that was fun to do this year. And I've also really increased the amount of careers events going on in the school. So yeah, I've been involved in a lot of different projects this year, so I think I have the necessary skills and experience for this role.
And do you think your manifesto covers a wide range of issues that you'd like to improve on in St Andrews? Do you have like a time framework for when you'd like to tackle certain policies?
Yeah. Sorry, did you want to finish the question? Sorry. Or is that the end of the question? Yeah, so I've spoken to previous directors of education and got a bit of a sense of how long things take. And I think really my first priority will firstly be to familiarise myself and speak to the new school presidents in different subjects, because obviously I've got a sense, like every other DOED, I'm very familiar with my own department, but I'm not as sure about things that are going on in IR or in art history or in science subjects, and so I want to work very closely with school presidents and class representatives to make sure that I can best enable and empower them to bring in things that they want to do. But in terms of time framework, I think that a really effective time to start the motions in place with different policies is when students are not here. So the post, if I were to get the post, would be starting in July. So I'd be looking to get things rolling as soon as possible in the summer, and then work on them more as well across the semester, but particularly focusing during the winter break when students are not here. Yeah.
As you clearly expressed, the role that you've been nominated for is about listening to the needs of the student body. What methods do you intend on using to gather this feedback, and how regularly will this be? Yeah,
so I think that it's necessary to listen to the student body, not just I think there's some really fantastic communication channels that are already in place, but I want to make sure that it's not just feedback coming through school presidents and class representatives, who are a fantastic resource to get more of a sense of students' feedback, but also to allow every student to know that they can come and see me in person as well. So I want to have operate an open door policy with really flexible office hours. I will respond to emails from students within 24 hours. I will also be available via Skype as well if a student is on a semester abroad or if they can't make my office hour. And so I really want to be as available as possible. If you have any ideas, thoughts or concerns at any point in the year, and you'd like to come to me, then I really want to do my best to be able to represent you. I think also through school presidents and class representatives, we have at the moment, as I said, weekly education committees where you have the opportunity, school presidents have the opportunity to bring up anything that they would like. But I'd like to actually have more contact, I think, with class representatives as well, because we have a system of about 400 class representatives, and of course it would be really difficult to meet all of them individually, but what I'd like to do is to bring them together with the school president and meet with them, because I think that it's really important to ensure that class representatives feel involved and engaged, so that's something that I'd like to heighten the number of this year. Yeah.
Thank you. So one of the concerns of the students is accessible study spaces, and as you're aware probably, the libraries recently worked to increase the amount of available study spaces, and your manifesto states that you'd like to make improvements in this area. Mm-hmm. Do you feel like the university are currently not doing enough about it at the moment?
Yeah, I do feel that, and that's something that's a policy that's in there because it's something that I've identified over the course of this year. I've had a lot of feedback from students that the library has a capacity of which amounts to about a tenth of the student population, and really the reason that we have available study spaces is because simply some students don't maybe want to study at home one day, or they're in town, and so it makes more sense for them to just find a library. But I would like to greatly increase the number of study spaces available and also extend their opening hours in order to enable students to use the facilities to study. I think initially by doing that, I'd like to look at the study spaces that are open during exam periods, and look at the options for extending them during term time as well. And I also think that at the moment the main library is the only library that's open from 8 a.m. in the morning until 2 p.m. at night. 2 a.m. at night in town. I know that there are libraries in computer science and classrooms that are open 24 hours, but I'd like to extend the opening hours of places like the King James Library, which currently closes I think at 5 p.m. and isn't open on the weekends. So I think that would hopefully enable students to have more places to make the most of their study time.
Thank you. And students undertaking unpaid internships is also another very relevant topic currently due to limited funding and opportunities. How are you planning on increasing accessibility to funding for work experiences and internships that's stated in your manifesto? Yes.
So there's a couple of points about internships in my manifesto. Firstly, increasing funding to students undertaking unpaid internships. This is, obviously there are a huge amount of ethical issues, I think, surrounding the opportunity, the fact that students sometimes have to take on internships that are unpaid, and obviously that's a wider issue going on worldwide at the moment. But I think at the moment in the Career Centre they've opened up an opportunity. I think it's called the Award for Change, and it's an internship award for a student looking to undertake an unpaid internship in a humanitarian or environmental area. And so I think I'd like to have more awards like that in different areas of research and careers, where students can apply for this award, because I think that it's something that is so important that every student can have the opportunity to do. And at the moment, obviously, it's very difficult for some students to take on these internships. I don't think anyone should have to work for free. So yeah, that's something I'd like to do. Similarly, I would like to increase accessibility and information platforms about internships. So at the moment, we have a resource on the careers website called the Job Shop, but I don't know how many people regularly go on the careers website, but I personally find it really clunky. I find it really difficult to find opportunities and to get to the information sources that I want. So I'd like to revamp the Job Shop and ensure that there is a better database of internship and job opportunities, which is more accessible and easy to view and visible to all students. So hopefully that will make things a bit easier in terms of finding your dream internship. I think I just want to say that this role really exists for you, and I think this role is about listening, and I will do my absolute best next year to make your academic experience at St Andrews as good as it can be. I always will have my door open for anything that you would like to share with me, any thoughts, questions or concerns. And as I said, I'd like to be there via Skype availability and email and office hours as well to make that happen. These policies I've created and I've thought of them because these are things I've identified over the course of the year that I think would really better student experience, but I want to hear the things that you're passionate about or the things that you're concerned about, and we can talk about them, and hopefully I can empower you to be able to make a difference.
Thank you. Well, thank you very much, Amy, for joining us, and good luck with the elections this week.
Thank you very much.